Hey guys, it's Daniel McKinney here again, and Water Dog RV in Dayton, Oregon. I just wanted to take a few minutes to show you this brand new Arctic Fox NXT that we just got in. It's called the 27SX, and it's a really awesome floor plan, so I'm going to show it to you here and let you take a look around it. So we're going to start up here at the front cap. Like I said, this is a brand new 2027 model. It just arrived here at the dealership yesterday. So start up here and show you. It's got the lights on it too, so you can see. These are built over in La Grande, Oregon. A lot of you probably know about the Northwood brand if you're watching this. I think it's probably one of the best built trailers out there. It's truly a four-season coach, and they are literally made with a lot of care, by hand, by a lot of people that are just dedicated to them. So I'll start out showing you this frame. This has got the what they call the Iron Horse chassis. A lot of people don't know this, but RVs, most manufacturers get their chassis from Lippert, and they're a good company, great company. They make a lot of frames, a lot of different accessories for RVs, but their chassis are not specifically built for each RV. So when a person gets an RV, a manufacturer is going to build one. What they'll do is they'll say, hey, we need a frame for a 24-foot or a 26-foot RV, and they'll give them a frame. Well, with Northwood, they build all their frames in-house. They're the only manufacturer that does build their frames in-house. And so what that does, it gives you a frame that's specifically built for the unit. The strength of the I-beam, the welds, all of that are built specifically for the chassis. It's an off-road chassis. So if you're going to take your RV off-road, that chassis is going to make all the difference in how well your RV holds up and for how long. So it's going to transmit less vibration into the coach itself, which is going to make everything hold up better, and it's going to make it last a lot longer. I also want to show you down here when we're looking at the frame how big this I-beam frame is. I think that's a 12-inch I-beam frame on this. And the other thing that Arctic Fox Northwood does that's really unique is that line that you see right there. That's a propane line, where a lot of manufacturers use a rubber line. Arctic Fox Northwood, they use all metal piping, so that's just gonna again hold up better. Starting up here at your baggage doors, you'll see this has got really nice pass-through storage. It's got your battery disconnect right here, so you can disconnect your battery and not run it down if it's just parked and sitting, and the metal detector, the CO2 detector, isn't going to drain your batteries. This shows the weights and everything on this one. Is unloaded vehicle weight is 8,350 pounds. The net carrying capacity, this coach that you can put in it, is 4,450 pounds, which is incredible. 4,450 pounds is a lot of weight, and that's because this has 8,000 pound axles. There are 8 lugs on there, along with E-rated tires. They're Goodyears. So again, it's an off-road rated chassis. It's going to hold up. This has got your frameless windows on it, and this coach, by the way, too, if you want to know the overall length on this, is 31 foot 2 inches long, and it's 8.5 feet wide. So it's got a wide body, which is going to give you a really good interior room, which I'm going to show you here pretty soon. But here inside is lots of storage. Here's your 10-gallon quick recovery hot water heater. Again, these are E-rated, 8-lug, 16-inch wheels and tires. I mean, they overdo everything on these, which is a good thing when you're wanting something that's going to hold up for a long time. This has got the MoreRide CRE 3000 suspension with KYB shocks. So Every wheel, every axle into the axle has a KYB gas charged shock absorber on it, which again is going to give you a better ride off-road. Okay, you'll see here this shows it's an all conditions unit. It's 4-season, which means it's, you know, these are built in the Grand Oregon. In the wintertime over there, they get, 0-degree temperature. This coach is built for that, so it's going to hold up. I'll walk up inside here and show you this. I got all the lights on so you can see what it looks like, but back here you got your recliners with theater seating, and really good quality. Those things are comfortable and you could take a nice nap in them. You got cup holders in them, and then over here you got a little accessory port with USBs and another 120 connector, so you can charge your devices up. Oh, and then before I forget, all the windows in here are dual pane. They're insulated windows, so they're built for, again, that 4-season climate that keeps you nice and warm, and it's quieter too. These lights are really interesting. So these map lights, you can take and turn the switch, and then you've got an indirect LED light, and it's a little bit brighter. So if you want to sit in the chair and you don't want the light right on you, but you want it to be, to have still light in the coach, it's gonna give you that. And then of course you can turn it off or turn it back on to where it was. There. And then up above, you've got all your cabinets with the hidden hinges, residential. These cabinets are all solid hardwood frames. They're not paper wrapped or tape wrapped, so they're not gonna peel. They're gonna hold up. My wife and I, our first RV was an Arctic Fox, and it was an 03. We had it for about 11 years, but they just hold up. And you go camping over in the desert, Eastern Oregon, we'd go camping out in Bend, and you'd wake up in the morning and it'd be snowing outside, and you just felt nice and comfortable. And you didn't have any problems with water, hoses freezing up or anything like that. It was just a really great experience. They're heavy, and Arctic Fox doesn't know how to build them light, and they don't know how to build them cheap, but they do know how to build them really well. So over here is the dinette, and you can see they put the extra wide cushions on them so that it's real comfortable. Plus it's called the Dream Dinette. So this lays down and makes into a little bed for extra guest if you want. You got a nice light up here, and then the slide outs are nice and tall, so when you're in here you're not really having to duck way down in order to get in them. Every window in here you can see is screened, so if it's hot out, you want to get airflow through this coach, you can open up any window in here and it's screened, and it's going to let it breathe. So over on this side, when we're talking about storage, so you notice in the floor they've got vents. So those vents run down through the underbelly of this RV. Well, what that's going to do is it's going to force heated air down through your enclosed tanks. Each tank has its own separate enclosure. Okay, so each tank has what they call a little thing called a foxhole, and it's a vent that's hooked up to your furnace that goes down into each tank compartment. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep your tanks from freezing. Now the tanks on this, you got your fresh water is 100 gallons, your gray is 55, and your black is 55. So you got plenty of tank size to, if you're going to go out and be out for a few days. 100 gallons is a lot of fresh water. Okay, so into the bathroom. Here's the toilet, and you'll notice that's a porcelain toilet. And again, more storage. So I'll pop this open and show you. Look at that. Lots of storage there. And they even put like a little robe or a towel rack right there. That's something you don't have to do. So I thought that was a nice touch. There we go. And then there we go. Here's the shower. So the cool thing about this shower is It's a solid one-piece fiberglass. You can see there's no seams in that, okay? So that's just obviously what that's going to do. It's going to give you, you know, you're not going to have to worry about a leak developing. On the shower head itself, this is adjustable, so you can slide this up or down, this whole piece. So, you know, if you're shorter or taller, that's going to give you the ability to get the water where you want it. And then you've got a nice little skylight up there. You got another max air fan in here, so to keep the moisture out. And then over here, I don't know if I showed you this storage, but more storage here, down here. And it's like everywhere they could put a drawer or a cabinet, that's what they did. And they just put it everywhere. And I kind of like how they even put the little toilet roll dispenser right over here. So it's just out of the, you know, it's out of the way. It's not over by the shower where it's going to get wet. So they thought this floor plan through. More storage for the sink. And then up here. And our lights for our bathroom. Lights are here. Max air vent controls are there. And this is for your water pump. So you can turn your water pump on and off and not have to have somebody up here turn the water pump on at the main control panel. That's a nice feature. Like they really put a lot of extra thought into how they put this together. So up here you got your slide out room control for your wardrobe, which is over here. This is the bedroom light. Here's your wardrobe here. So look at that. I mean, you got this wardrobe, then you got dressers down here, drawers, 4 of those. So, you know, over there. Then you got more wardrobe up here. More drawer here. Over here we've got another max air remote control. So yeah, so you got another max air in here vent. And this is got the rain sensor on it too. So you got 3 of those in here. So ventilation and keeping it nice and comfortable in here is not going to be a problem. So the bed is, you know, Arctic Fox, Northwood, they do their True Rest Ultra. So this mattress is a 60 by 80 queen, full-size queen, and it's got coil springs in it, and then it's got a foam, you know, topper, so quilted topper. So it's just like a house. I mean, you don't have to go out and change that out for anything. So back over here, you can see they got all this bedding on it because this thing just came in. Literally, this is how it comes in. It hasn't even been washed yet. But over there is more plugins, more lights. These lights do the same thing, so you can turn them like that or have like a map light. Very deep storage up overhead. And then more over here. And then this pops up for storage underneath the bed. This is the other thing that I love about Northwood. I mean, let's see, there's no light under here, but let me just show you. All of your, like your inverter, all of your solar charge controllers, all your electronics, they put them inside the coach, underneath the bed. And that's a huge benefit. It's not up outside where, you know, in your storage, where if you're throwing stuff in there, you're going to hit something and knock a wire on loose. You're not going to have to worry about the climate, the outdoor climate, you know, causing moisture to get into your electronics. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know why more manufacturers, they don't do that. But if I was building an RV, that's how I would do it. Okay, now you got another entrance here. So that's the bedroom entrance. Another place to hook a TV up here. And you'll see the ceiling is cathedral ceiling. I like what they've done with the paneling up here. You know, it looks nice. It's a little bit thicker, So it keeps temperature control good and in the sound, you know, and it looks good. So if I sit down here in this recliner and pan around, I mean, this just looks like a place that, you know, if somebody's in the kitchen, you want to visit with them, you can. If somebody's at the dining table, you can. This TV up here comes out. So all you gotta do is pull this lever, and there you got more storage behind the television. But if you're sitting over here and you want to watch TV, there you go. So let's see. Oh, I want to show you a couple things on the back real quick here. Come out. So these steps are really cool. These are the really nice MORryde steps. So a lot of RVs have this style of a step, but this is unique in that you can take it and flip it up like that, and that's going to drop any debris off of it before, when you put it up into the coach, it's not going to put that debris inside the coach. And then this is a handrail here